Ladies and gentlemen, hello my fellow business leaders, my fellow business owners. Hello everyone. This is Daryl Guberman. I am the CEO of Guberman PMC LLC, a quality consulting firm here in Connecticut. Been involved with quality for over 40 plus years. I'm not going to go into the litany of stuff. You will find all the information down below this video. We do have Mr. David Calhoun. We have an interview from him when the Alaskan Air plug in the door blew off the plane. And he was talking about his regulator. This video today goes as an alert to international and national airlines, and we are coming from the quality aspect of this business. I will give you a little bit of background. My background is aerospace, medical implants, medical materials, printing, and plastic distribution, where we dealt with everybody, every industry. This video today is about QA expert Daryl Guberman. Issues an alert the alert starts in 2002 to present, all domestic and international airlines using Boeing planes. And I don't make this up. I have a copious amount of data we have collected over the almost 13 years in business and also 40 plus years in quality and manufacturing. You have the American National Standards Institute, and I'm going to show you this, airlines, that Boeing fed you a bill of goods. Now, I offered my services, my team and I offered our services to assist Boeing out of this quality quagmire. Most recently, they had one of the heads of the union at Boeing saying there's a lot of rejections out there in the field. Why did he say that now? Why didn't he say that months ago? What does that say about integrity? I'm sure, though, that he will probably tell you, well, the management suppressed us, all the rest of that, but that's besides the point. ANSI is the American National Standards Institute. This is a private, not-for-profit, non-governmental entity, and also Boeing, you'll see Boeing sits there. So this video is about Boeing. The airlines must listen to this because it is imperative. In 2002, Boeing gave up its inspection to its accreditation body. Okay, the American National Standards Institute and the American National Accreditation Board. Okay, you can even see that. You can even see that on their supplier portal. And here it is. This is still up to this day, ladies and gentlemen, business owners and the airline CEOs and management and personnel, that this is calling directly for ANSI, ANAB, or international equivalent. And when you find out the international equivalent could be Iran and Pakistan, I'm not saying this about the people of those countries, I'm saying this about the politicians. When you find out that, you have to scratch your head. So they put out a quality bulletin saying that if you are AS9100 for, that's the ISO standard for aerospace, you just send us your certificate, send us your equipment, and we'll stick it on the plane. We don't have to send any source inspectors to your shores anymore, to your doors. Okay, it started in 2002, so they relinquished quality authority to their quality, to their accreditation body. And by the way, Boeing sits, and you'll see it, on ANSI's board. They sit on ANAB's board, their accreditation body, that can grant, suspend, and withdraw certification, and they never did anything. They have two employees, one on the board of directors, which can make decisions, managerial decisions, and another one on the management board that can grant, suspend, and withdraw certification. You also have coming up here, which is very bad. You tell me, airlines, if I'm not telling the truth, because in 2009 now, you have the FAA giving FAA regulatory authority to Boeing, and it states it here. The FAA increased the authority of Boeing's commercial airplanes division to self-certify its own aircraft. Boeing employs to perform tasks on behalf of the FAA that include oversight of testing and product standards, along with certification of aircraft technologies and new aircraft designs. You also have Boeing that sits on ANSI's board. The problem too is, this is one of many, is that Boeing got caught by the FAA, believe it or not, they're sitting together, for fudging documentation along with their steel manufacturer, Kobe Steel. Now, American Airlines, Southwest, Qatar Airlines, Lufthansa. Do you feel confident in the integrity and quality of that product that you just purchased? And this is from 2002, your airlines from 2002 to present. You really have to look them over. Most recently, the V-22, the Bell-Boeing V-22 composite facility from 2007 to 2018, never recorded much of the data from what I understand on the autoclaves. And if you have issues with composite material, which are layered upon layer upon layer, much of the airplane is made from composites. Several parts are made from composite material, but this was for the V-22. From 2007 to 2018, nobody was writing anything down. Can you imagine that? And 3 weeks prior to that, they had another V-22 that went down. You have the Federal Aviation Administration sitting right over by Boeing. Now, you've seen it. I've told you that the FAA made Boeing into its regulator, so they were equivalent. You have FAA and Boeing were equivalent as of 2009 for Boeing's commercial airlines. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to play you Mr. Calhoun's response when he was interviewed by CNBC concerning the Alaska Air. And I want you to hear him talk about his regulator, the FAA. There's nobody regulating shit, ladies and gentlemen, and here it is.
Speculate, but I will say this. The work that our regulator, in this case the FAA, has been doing to inspect the situation and create a procedure and a protocol for the airlines to go out and inspect each and every one of the airplanes, 100% of them, and make certain that the work that our regulator, in this case the FAA, has been doing to inspect the situation and create a procedure and a protocol for the airlines to go out and inspect each and every one of the airplanes.
So the FAA is making rules and regulations when Boeing should have been, and they are, the FAA between 2009 and present. So you have the FAA coming back with their tail between their legs going, oops, we made an error. Nobody really knows about this information that I'm bringing forward to you, airlines. So I'm bringing it forward. You have to look and assess your aircraft from 2002 to present, and we have the data. My telephone number is 203-556-1493, and it's absolutely deplorable and disgusting that they allowed their quality to be handed over to the accreditation body that they sit on. Worst of all, ladies and gentlemen, who sits? Who sits on ANSI with Boeing? Department of Transportation, FTC, FBI, DOJ, they're all in bed together. And you're going to have a fatality yet. This is only the beginning, because if you have the union guy coming out and say, we have rejections throughout the aircraft, Boeing, of course, will say no. Well, let me tell you, in 2018, do you know who sat on their board? Nikki Haley and also Caroline Kennedy. And most of those other people didn't know shit about aerospace. It's terrible. I don't think that any company in the 21st century should be allowed to have only one person as their punching bag. They should have technical expertise at that level, at the CEO level. Right now, he's getting paid to be a punching bag, just like Dennis Muhlenberg was. And then they walk away with a lot of cash. He's making a $1.5 million base and a $20 million, whatever it is, bonuses, stock options, and all the rest of that stuff. I'm going to leave it here. Again, 203-556-1493 or Daryl, TQRS@yahoo.com. And this, again, is QA Expert Issues and Alert 2002 to present. All domestic and international airlines using Boeing planes. You have to assess this issue. Give me a call. Talk to you soon.